Today we are going to discuss about the mechanism of transport in plants and the structure of xylem and phloem, which are the main conducting vessel in plants. Previous classes you have studied about photosynthesis, which is the mechanism of preparing food in plants. They use carbon dioxide and sunlight and the minerals and waters that are absorbed by the roots from the soil, and they prepare food in the leaves that contain chlorophyll. So the minerals and waters that are absorbed by the roots travel up to the leaves through some conducting vessels that are present inside the stem, and these conducting vessels are known as xylem. And the food that is prepared in the leaves of the plants are then distributed all over the plant through another conducting vessel that is known as phloem. In this picture, if we follow the first arrow, that is the water and minerals that are taken up by the roots, and water and minerals from the soil go to the leaves, and from the leaves by the process of photosynthesis glucose is made, and glucose moves down to the growing roots because the growing roots also need energy, and the glucose also moves up to the growing bud which also needs energy, and this way xylem and phloem conduct water and minerals and glucose or food respectively. So transportation is a vital process in plants. Trees transport all the nutrients and water it needs for survival from its roots to the tips of the leaves, and glucose from leaves to other parts of the plant. Now we can divide the conducting system of the vascular plants into two categories. One is xylem and another is phloem. Xylem has four components, which are tracheids, vessel, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. And in case of phloem, there are also four elements which are known as sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Now we are looking at the different components of the xylem, which is the tissue for conduction of water and minerals. The first component is tracheid. Tracheids are long narrow cells which have tapering ends, and they have secondary lignified cell wall which provides mechanical support to the plant, and the tracheids are also perforated at their lateral walls through pits, and this actually helps in free movement of water and minerals through them. And tracheids are dead elements of the xylem since they don't have cytoplasm or nucleus in them, and they have greater surface area through which water can move freely. So tracheids are dead elements. Then the next element of the xylem is vessel. Vessels are wide and they are shorter than tracheids, and they also have perforation plates, and vessels are arranged from end to end through their perforation plates, and the perforation plates have gaps in them through which water and minerals can move, and vessels are also dead elements of the xylem. The only living element of xylem is xylem parenchyma, which are very thin cell walled cells which have nucleus and cytoplasm in them, and the fourth element of xylem is xylem sclerenchyma, which is also a dead element, and it also has very lignified cell wall, thick cell wall, which provides mechanical support to the plant, and it has very narrow lumen. So these all are the components of the xylem, which is the tissue for conduction of water and minerals. If we look at the function of xylem, the main and prime function of xylem is conduction of water from roots to leaves, and also conduction of minerals and nutrients which remain dissolved in the water from roots to leaves. And they also provide mechanical support because tracheids, vessels and the xylem sclerenchyma have lignified secondary thick cell wall, so they provide mechanical support to the plant. And also the xylem parenchyma stores some substances or food food material or ergastic substances like oil drops, gums, tannins, resins, and other compounds. Some of these substances help the organism function and also to protect the organism from predators, keep up the cell structure, or just stored as food materials like oil or fat. And these ergastic substances actually provide some wood with a characteristic odor and color, which is used to identify the woods very easily. Xylem actually grows in the form of rings in the bark of the tree, inside the bark of the tree. If we cut the bark of a woody tree in a transverse section, we can see that there are xylem rings that grow from the center to the periphery, and by counting the xylem rings we can actually predict the age of the tree. The more the number of xylem rings are present in the tree, the more is the tree's age. So the outer bark is known as the phloem, and inside the phloem there is a layer of tissue which is known as the cambium, and inside the cambium there is xylem. And by counting the xylem rings or annual rings, we can actually predict the age of the tree. Now, if we do an experiment to see whether the xylem conducts water or not, we can see that if we keep a tree in some colored water and for some time, after some time, if we cut the stem of the tree, we will see that some portions of the stem have been colored from the colored water, and the portions which have been colored with the colored water are the xylem, and this proves that xylem is indeed the tissue which conducts water from roots to the leaves. Now we are going to look at the structure or structural elements of phloem, which conducts the food from leaf to other parts of the plant, to the growing bud, to the growing root, etc. So phloem also has four components: the sieve tubes, the companion cells, the phloem parenchyma, and the phloem fibers. The sieve tubes are formed of cylindrical cells that don't have nucleus in them, and they are found arranged in vertical row, that is they are stacked one upon the other, are end to end, and their end plates have sieve plates, and end plates have perforated and are called sieve plates. Through these sieve plates, food material passes from cell to cell. Thus sieve tubes play an important role in transporting the food. And the companion cells are living thin walled elongated cells found attached to the sides of the sieve tubes. These cells help the sieve tube in conduction of the food. And outside the sieve tube there is phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma are thin walled cells, and they store food same as xylem parenchyma cells. And the phloem fibers are dead sclerenchyma tissue, and they are provided with highly thick secondary cell wall, and they provide mechanical support to the plant.